Welcome back, everybody. As the title states, I signed a $2,000 client to my AI automation agency, and I'm going to walk you through A to Z on how I did the outreach, how I came across the client, the pricing, the niche, the service delivery, and most importantly, I'm going to give you my honest, brutal opinion because it is not as sweet as it sounds. I'll explain that later in the video, but let's get into it. I signed this client about a few days ago for the people that like to fact check. So here it is. This is how I'm going to overview the video, so feel free to skip through where you would like. I'm going to go over how I landed the client, so outreach strategies, niche, price, service I've actually delivered for the client. And then specifically, I'm going to go into detail on service delivery. A lot of people have questions about that. I'm going to give my brutal, honest opinion on service delivery and give you tips about how to make it a smooth process because sometimes it is hell, but I'll get into that. And if this is your first time seeing my videos, first of all, welcome. Second of all, I am brutally honest. I'm going to keep it 100% real with all of you guys, no sugarcoating. I'm going to see it for what it is and call it out for what it is, so you guys aren't surprised when you reach this stage in your business or when you're implementing AI and automation within the workflow of your business or your agency. So if you're looking for a brutally honest review, stay to the end. Let's get into it. And as always, watch my other YouTube content. It's so much free information. And DM me on Instagram if you have any questions. I've answered hundreds of DMs. I hope you're next. Just introduce yourself, say hi, spark up a conversation. I'd be happy to help. And if you're really serious, hop on a free AI audit call with me. I'll go over the softwares you need, the time it's going to take, how you could do it for yourself, implementing AI and automation into the workflow of your business. You could have me do it. You could do it yourself. I'll give you all the game on that call. It'll be the first link in the description. So let's start at the beginning of the process of how I got this client, outreach. I have a whole video dedicated to outreach, so watch that if you need to, but these are the channels that you should mainly be focusing on and targeting. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, cold email, or cold call. All of these channels present their different challenges and benefits, but it's up to you to try all of them, pick one that works for you, and then just hammer outreach for that one or two specific channels. But in all honesty, guys, I got this client through a referral. Now, before you freak out and say, hey, I don't have a client to get a referral, let me explain how I got that initial client to then get the referral. So I got you guys, don't worry. And basically how a referral works is I already worked with this client A. Client A said, hey, my friends need some of the similar services. Let me refer you to them. Go ahead and help them out. That is what a referral is. Super basic. So how I initially got that client that referred me was through Facebook, specifically Messenger. So I just reached out to him. And let me go over the script that I used. And for everyone asking for my script, here it is. No joke, guys, not trying to be funny. I literally just start up a conversation and introduce myself. I don't try to be salesy. I don't try to be nosy. I try to provide value and be a human being talking to another human being. That is it. Start a conversation and see where things go. And here's what you should do next to actually turn that conversation into business. So once you had a good conversation with someone, you went back and forth, they like what you do, you hit it off with them, blah, blah, blah. Get them on a call. I don't care if it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Don't take up too much of their time. Get them on a call or send them over a Loom video, something like this, explaining further how you could help them. So you go from conversation to calls, then calls into cash. Find those pain points on the call. Use AI and automation to solve those pain points. Have them pay you for the service. It's that simple. So the general overview, guys, is start a conversation, book in a discovery call by any means, provide value, try to help them out, and convert them into a sale. And guys, this outreach works. This guy came to me the other day. He has a budget of $10,000 to do various AI and automation tasks within his business, all because I just hopped on a call, explained what I did. I sent him over a Loom video and genuinely tried to help this guy out. So this works. Just be a normal human being, provide value, and see where that takes you. All right, guys, so that is outreach. Now we're going to go into the niche, the price, and the service that I actually fulfilled for this person. All right, guys, so the niche is a CPA firm. If you don't know what that is, just Google it. Essentially, they do taxes. They're like accountants on a larger scale. And as you guys know, $2,000 was the price that they paid me, but I severely undercharged because the work I'm putting in for them is much more than what I charge them, which I'm okay with. I'm not complaining with the $2,000, but looking back, I could have charged much more. That's okay, though. Just wanted to note that. So the services we did are straight automations, no chatbots. I know chatbots are these big, sexy deliverables like, hey, I'll make you AI lead generation chatbot, yada, yada, yada. Cool. Those things work, and I've done that in the past. But internal automations for this business is what they prioritize, so that is what we did, and here's what that looks like. All right, guys, here are some of the services we are providing for them, starting with the payment failure automation. If payment bounces for one of their clients, we're going to send up repeated follow-up emails and personalized follow-up emails so they could get that payment and collect it, and also notify the internal team of that payment bouncing. We're also going to do a Google Sheet Tracker. This is for tracking KPIs, analytics, consent, stuff like that that is specific to their business. We're also going to do automated follow-ups within their email sequences. And finally, we're going to do automated document requests. So when they onboard a client, we're going to send out some automated emails to collect documents for the CPA firm that they actually need to go ahead and process the new client and fulfill for them. So these are just some of the deliverables we are doing. We're doing some other ones as well. They're very specific to this CPA firm and to this niche, so I'm not going to go into too much detail, but just think of it as organization and increasing efficiency within the back end or internal of their business. Again, if you have any questions on any of this, just reach out to me on Instagram or watch my other content. Now, guys, service delivery. This is where we're going to get brutally honest with everything, so here we go. I'm still delivering the service, so by no means are we done. So this is just what has happened so far. I'll come up with a whole service delivery video when we're actually done with everything, giving my input on what you could do and learn from my mistakes. But to be completely real with you guys and brutally honest, service delivery has my brain just like this right now for a few reasons. So to put it simply, guys, it's a pain in the ass sometimes. Now, what I mean by that is that you have to go back and forth with the client. The client is busy, so they will not always answer your questions. And on top of that, many things go wrong. So we're working with all types of softwares right now, and sometimes the softwares don't have the proper API access and different technological things on the back end for us to do our job. So we need to find workarounds, and we need to do this and that just to make sure that the whole system works. And again, sometimes it's just a pain in the ass. That's how it is. But I didn't expect it to be easy, guys, and you shouldn't either. If you're assigning a $2,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 client, the work shouldn't be easy. The process is going to be hard, but it should get easier over time. All right, so don't think it's an easy thing. It's going to be a headache. It's going to be stressful, but it's worth it in the end because I know every single time I have a client and I struggle through something, the next time I won't struggle as much because I already went through it. So I'm learning as well, just like you guys are. It's going to be a pain in the beginning, but you will get through it as we always do. But let me go into my tips for you and how you can learn from my mistakes. All right, so if you want to have a nice big smile while you're delivering the service, these are some tips that I would do if I could go back. Number one is be organized, right? Make sure you and the client are on the same page from the get-go. You could use something like Trello for this. I just learned about Trello through a colleague of mine. So it's a very powerful tool where you could draw every single thing up step by step, drag it and drop it into different categories based on if it's in progress, if it's completed, or if it has to be done or worked out. So use Trello or use some type of organization to make sure every single thing is covered and every single person is on the same page. Then be very clear on the service. Write it down, and when it's signed, say, hey, we are not budging on these services. If you want something extra, you're going to have to pay extra, or if you want something extra, we're not doing it because X, Y, and Z is what we agreed to. Stick to that, guys. Don't bend and be wavy. Be rigid on the service delivery because stuff gets out of hand if you start accepting all these different things. In the beginning, please get the necessary logins and info. You're going to need their Zapier account. You're going to need this and that login and this and that. There's so many softwares depending on what you're doing that you're going to need access to. Make sure you get all the logins. Make sure you're doing it in a safe manner. Don't be sharing their passwords and shit. But do it in the beginning so you don't have to worry about it in the future because, again, if you reach out to these clients for a password or for them to do something with the software, they could take days to respond, and it just drags on and on. And then to wrap it up, communicate efficiently. So don't just be spamming them every few hours. Send one message every single day. Check in with them. Say, hey, we're doing X, Y, and Z. We have a question about this. Can you guys give us this login and this information? Just check in with them, but do it very, very efficiently because, again, they're busy. Don't be bothering them. They paid you, so you could just do it. They don't have to worry about it. So communicate efficiently, effectively, and check in with them every once in a while to make sure that everyone's on the same page and that they know you're working on the system and delivering the results you promised you would. And boom, if you could do that stuff, communicate efficiently, provide a good service, you have a happy client. A happy client is a happy business. A happy business is happy pockets, and happy pockets is happy life, guys. If you guys want some internal automations for your own business, just hop on that call with me. It's the first link in the description. I'll tell you everything you need to know. Or if you don't want to hop on a call, watch my other content. I'm telling you, it's good shit, guys. A lot of people have gotten value from it. And if you have a question when watching these other videos, just DM me on Instagram. Hit me up with a follow there. Talk to me. I'll help you out in any way I can. But I want one more thing before you're done. What should I do next? Either comment on this video or DM me on Instagram with other ideas, content you want to see about AI and automation. I'm really here for you guys. I want to help. So tell me if this was a helpful video. Give me feedback. If it wasn't, let me know because, again, I want to help you guys because signing that client felt good, man, and I want you guys to experience that. So until then, keep grinding, and I will see you in the next video.